that there's a couple tweaks, but not that I'm going to completely change. Nothing like that.
Can you compare the playbook year to year in terms of what's there, what's available, what's in your back pocket, so to speak?
Yeah, I think as I've gotten older, they give me more freedom with checking plays, and just as I learn it, I get better at realizing what to check to and all that. We haven't really. I mean, we add a couple plays here and there, maybe take some out, but the overall gist of it doesn't really change. It just kind of adds some nuances and wrinkles.
Is there something, a cue for your own self when you're going to the line in terms of checking, trying not to get too, anxious, don't confuse the issue at all? I mean, how do you approach that?
Not really. When I walk the line, I kind of look at the base defense, look at the safeties, where they're at, corner depth, and think about what we're doing and what they could run that would mess up our play, and to get us out of that if that happens. And that's all this pre-snap stuff.
Do you expect teams to play you any differently, based on what they saw last year?
Maybe a little bit. They might have us some more spies in two-man. There's no one that guards the quarterback, so probably see a little bit less of that. Just not having anyone marking the quarterback might not be good. I know they all just know that I have the ability to run, so that might be a change.
I just felt this, but you guys had a long wait since the last game.
He asked me a question.
You got a long wait since the last game. What is that build-up like to get back to this point, especially coming off a 10-3 successful season versus a year ago?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Is it is it a different feeling and build-up to get back to the field again and play?
Not really. We're all excited, and I feel it's kind of the same feeling. You get nervous every year, and you get excited every year.
But does winning and having to make guys back change maybe? What does that change?
Confidence level probably just changes. I was still confident last year with everything I did, but because I knew what kind of team we had, they just hadn't been shown yet, and now it's just everyone else knows about it. They all know what playmakers we have and what we can do.
Hey Brian, back up Rocky Lombardi. How do you coach him up? And he doesn't have much experience and things like that. You being the starter, how do you get him ready in case you're just crunch time?
Yep. I always try and share what my game time experience has been. I think game time experience is the biggest. It's the biggest step you can take once you from being a young guy is playing on the field, and I try and share everything I know from that. I just try and help him out. He's a very smart guy. I mean, he came in knowing defenses. His dad's a coach, and his dad played football, so he was really smart already with all the stuff. So I just try and relay what I know to him.
What do you guys want to work on going into this season compared to last
time? Passing game, I think. Personally, for me, my reads, my accuracy. And just overall the offense is getting more efficient. That was kind of something we struggled with, is red zone efficiency and just moving the ball, scoring points. 2 big points for us.
Brian, sorry, man. I asked Coach D about this earlier. Just in your second year now as a veteran guy and with not a lot of experience behind you, how do you anticipate using your legs this year? It was a big weapon for you, obviously, last year. You were just sort of talking about it a little bit. Is that something you have to think about more now, just being a more established guy? Are you more hesitant? Are you more willing this year, you think?
I think it's just the same. Okay. I'm not going to look more to run. I'm not going to look less or anything. It's just going to be any opportunity I can, whether it's a design run play or a pass play. Just try and get as many yards as I can. Maybe I might focus a little more on throwing the ball just because I want to work on that. And you can kind of see guys. Sometimes I miss a couple guys when I ran instead of throwing the ball and running. So that's maybe one big thing.
Gotcha. And then just your early thoughts on Utah State. Sorry if you've been asked that already. What do they present on defense? What do you see?
They like to move a lot. I feel like they're a quick defense, likes to blitz. They don't have a ton of big guys, and they're nickel. They pretty much play 4-2-5, so they go nickel almost all the time. So sandbackers, not as big as a linebacker you would expect, but they're a very quick defense. They just like to do a lot of different things.
Thank you.
Right. Look across it. I don't know how much ones versus ones you guys do.
Not
too much. Anyway, yeah. He talks about his ability trying to get to the point where he can see what an audible is, quarterback's calling and adjust it into that. And he said against Penn State last year, he noticed he was starting to get it because they were looking up and he was making the call. How often has he done that when you used to go 1v1s or when you faced him? And does he do that when he knows your plays anyway?
There's times where I know what blitz they're bringing and I'll try and change it. They'll get out of their blitz. And I've kind of learned what their signal is in that sense. I'm not really sure if I don't know the stuff they do specifically with their things. So I'm sure there were times that he's changed it. I just might not have been aware.
What makes him, as somebody who's faced a lot of other middle linebackers, quality middle linebacker, what makes him who he is?
He's extremely athletic. It's hard to. He reads eyes very well, and he just has a sense of spacing when he's during pass coverages. It's hard to get the ball around him, and it's hard to get over him because he can, vertical jump like 36 something like that. So his side speed on run plays, closing out an outside zone or jet sweep or something, he can catch up to the guy and get him on the sideline.
Different than you see with a lot of middle
yeah,
guys.
Normally middle guys are taller, like kind of big guys that aren't very athletic. I feel like, obviously they can move, but I think he moves a lot better than most middle linebackers.
What's the process like getting used to Tyler at center? He hadn't played a whole lot there, and just the snap, getting used to snapping with him.
It took a little bit. We had some problems early on in camp, but we haven't had any the past couple of weeks. He's been really reliable, and I know his how fast his snaps come. Normally they come back pretty slow, which is nice. Even if it's high, you can still kind of catch it because it's not a heater back at you. So he's been doing a great job.
Does it help that the transition for him that he's played so many snaps and that you're comfortable with him because he's been up there blocking for you?
Yep, he's been out on the field a ton. He knows the offense. He played with Brian Allen last year. I'm sure they've talked a little bit about stuff like that.
You talked about them changing up fronts and stuff like that. Do they do the same thing with coverage, or do they stay mostly man?
I think me and Rocky, we were watching film. We noticed that they do a good job of running different coverages against the same formations and from the same looks that they give. They disguise well, like they'll roll safeties a lot, and bring blitzes, and do a lot of different things. Maybe play zone that looks like man. So I think they're very good at that.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why they got a lot of turnovers?
I think so. Yeah, people don't really know what exactly they're doing all the time, and it just kind of makes maybe the offense freak out. That's something we can do.
So what's the key for you? As a quarterback?
Staying calm, watching film, making sure that I can kind of get some keys from what they're going to run.
It's been, 8 months or whatever since you guys last played? 3 scrimmages. How eager are you just to finally get out there and just get a real game under your belt?
Very excited to get this new season underway and continue to work on what we ended with last year. I'm very excited.
They return so many starters. Does that help with your prep, knowing exactly what you're going to face personnel-wise?
Yeah, definitely. Talking about them, like Utah State, yeah. I think Coach D was saying us in Florida are like top with returning starters, including specialists, and they were, I think, 3rd in the nation. So, they have a lot of guys. It's good to watch film. You can see the same guys that were playing last year. Because we haven't played this year, we can't see their film, but it definitely helps for game prep.
What are your thoughts on Utah's defense?
They're very, very explosive defense. Quick, like to blitz, like to show a lot of different reads and coverages.
You're 3rd in the nation, I think, time possession last year. They're a tempo team. Does that factor into it at all Friday night, where you look to maybe,
slow down?
Yeah.
We honestly haven't talked about that yet, so it might be a game time thing that we do, but as of right now, I don't think so.
So they go 3 and out. You don't want to put 7 up too quickly. You want to take your time.
I'd be fine putting up 7 quick as long as we can score. I want to see how many points we can score and how good our offense is, honestly.
I guess how different is it last year? You come in, I forgot the number, but you came in with 9 catches last year. Obviously, now you got 3 guys on top of the depth chart. We're very established. I guess how nice is that? How different is that compared to the season ago?
It's great. I knew what kind of guys we had last year. I knew that they were all going to go off like that. So it wasn't a surprise for me last year, but just to get them game time experience and get them catches, it obviously helps our passing game.
In terms of chemistry, you're in the offensive system another year, all that kind of stuff. So I guess How is that almost looking at it? I mean, you go through spring ball, all that kind of stuff. So
it's great. I know the offense like the back of my hand pretty much now. I was still learning a little bit last year, but I think now I can go out there, run anything the coaches ask, change any play that I need to.
You guys have talked about setting the tone from the start. What would qualify for that for you personally, for what you see Friday? Besides being a win, obviously.
Yeah, a win would be obviously the main thing, but just putting up points as many as we can, getting some explosive and big plays. We have our goal chart, our goal sheet. And just to complete all those, I think we've only 2016 we had all green against the Notre Dame game. I don't think we've had all green goals since then. It's obviously we'd set our goals pretty high, but to fill out that entire sheet would be the goal. Yeah.
How many goals are there total on that?
Probably 12. It's all ranges from score 30 points and win, rushing average of 4 yards, carry, all that stuff.
Brian, Joe talked about D'Antonio's mantra: we got to score points. And in 2013, they weren't even ranked until week 10. And D'Antonio said, okay, we got the defense, let's go take some risks. And he said he likes the idea. They're going to turn you loose, because it's okay if there's a turnover, we got his back. How nice is it? It's one thing to be told, okay, we got to go score points because our defense can't stop anybody. But when they give you the green light knowing you have that defense, is that extra special?
That's cool, yeah. Obviously, we don't plan on turning the ball over. It's not something we want to do. But
they got people on defense on scholarship.
100%, yeah, 100%. We want to put as many points up on the board as we can. And just see for ourselves what we can do in this first game.
Brian, first game on Friday. What's the feeling like, the first game of the season, running out of the tunnel for the first time?
It's pretty cool. Haven't done it in 8 or 9 months, so to be able to do that once again, it's gonna be exciting. I expect the stadium to be pretty packed on a Friday night first game. It should be fun.
There's a different feeling though, right?
Yeah, it's just a new season. You got new guys running around you. You're a little older, a little more experienced. Nerves probably a little less, hopefully, than last year. So it'll still be exciting.
Is it hard?